Hello and welcome to Dear Rare Ones. Today, as promised, I'd like to share my very first story of the person who is affected by a rare condition called Pompe disease. If you'd like to be featured next, please share your story or just get in touch with me. Hopefully we can raise as much awareness as possible. Here is the story. Dear Rare Ones, I'm 50 years old male and I live in the United Kingdom. I live with the juvenile onset Pompe disease, also known as glycogen storage disease type 2. It's a rare inherited condition caused by an enzyme deficiency that leads to the breakdown of muscle cells over time. The result is severe muscle weakness, especially in the muscles that support breathing and mobility. My journey to diagnosis was a long one. At age 23, I had been suffering undiagnosed symptoms of weakness, breathing problems, and respiratory infections. During a particularly bad episode, I found I could no longer breathe while lying down and could not sleep at all. This went on for a week or so before I presented at my local emergency room. They tested my saturations and found it in the 70s and so gave me oxygen. This simple error caused a type 2 respiratory arrest and I ended up in an intensive care unit, intubated for a couple of weeks. Eventually they managed to diagnose a muscle issue by biopsy, gave me non-invasive ventilator to take home. They said they had known people to live for 10 years with this condition. I had already been living with it for 23 and have now done a further 27 years. These days, I'm fully dependent on a wheelchair and ventilator, which brings daily challenges, especially as I raise a young family. But I'm also continuing to work in music, composing and producing for TV, film and songwriters. Creativity has always been a constant in my life, and I'm grateful that I can still do what I love. Over the years, I've had several stays in intensive care and have had to learn how to manage my condition more proactively to try and prevent future hospitalizations. I currently receive a second-generation enzyme replacement therapy at home via IV, intravenous, every 2 weeks. It helps boost my energy and slows the progression of the disease. I'm incredibly thankful that this treatment is funded by the NHS. While Pompe is a significant part of my life, I try not to let it define me. I found that the healthiest way for me to live is to focus on what brings me joy, purpose and connection rather than the limitations. To all of you out there living with a rare disease, I see you with strength and solidarity. Yours, Anonymous. Thank you very much for sharing your story with all of us. Until the next time.